All right, Jikis, commiserations, first loss, of course, here at IEM Cologne. Yeah, tell me about the series. It feels like maybe a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, of course, it's a missed opportunity, but I mean, like, we've only had like 2 weeks of practice, and I feel like we're changing and implementing a lot of new things with me coming in. And I mean, I think overall we did pretty good, but I think like the most disappointing thing is we just lose some crucial rounds, which is like it kind of just break us, like anti forces and stuff like that. And it's like something that we've been working on, and that's the only disappointing thing, just because I feel like we haven't fully fixed it yet. But I mean, overall, I feel like it's a pretty good showing, and no one really like gave up or stopped communicating or anything like that. So I'm really proud of that part, which is something that we've actually been working on. And yeah, but I mean, of course, it would have been nice to win. So
Yeah, of course, your first game back on the server as well. After being benched in Liquid, what is it, 4 months ago now or so? Yeah, individually happy with what you showed on the server at least.
yeah, in some parts for sure. Other parts, I feel like I'm kind of just focusing on too much stuff in the server, and I'm trying to coordinate a lot of stuff. Um, I think like overall it was pretty good. But yeah, definitely some rounds where I feel like if I got one kill in like this certain situation, we might win the game. Like on some anti-force buys and stuff like that, where I feel like we dropped the ball. So I think like overall it's decent, but yeah.
Wanted to ask you about the joining FlyQuest in the first place, of course. Yeah, I think you've been asked this a couple of times already, but in the past couple of times, you took your time, to get back on the server after being, released from a team or anything like that. This time, fairly quick. Was it just such an obvious choice? What was different about this off season?
I just didn't really want to wait for like some sort of perfect opportunity or anything like that. Like I just wanted to kind of like go back to like kind of where I started in a way, and just play with people who are familiar to me. Um, like I played in 2 international lineups now, and like of course it's good and it's good experience and stuff like that. But I kind of just felt like going back and playing with some Australian players, and like kind of having that sense of like country pride in a way. And yeah, I just wanted something different. Honestly, I just wanted to play with some of my friends and see how it go. I feel like it's at the point in my career where I feel like I can offer them a lot of experience, and teach them like a bunch of things so that they can get better, and hopefully we can improve as a team. But yeah, I just wasn't really interested in waiting for like a perfect offer or anything like that, because I kind of know how it goes, and I didn't want to just sit there waiting the whole time, right? So yeah.
You didn't think it was going to come at any point, or?
I mean, like honestly, I didn't really have that many hopes. Of course, I had some offers, and yeah, I mean, like they're intriguing and stuff like that. But I just felt like my gut was telling me to go here, and yeah, I'm happy with what I did, and I don't really regret anything, and yeah, it's fine.
You've touched on this already a little bit. It seems like you've touched on this already, but it seems like a little bit of a role change for you in terms of, what you bring to the team in terms of being a bit more vocal. Obviously, coming in not just to bolster the firepower, but of course also in terms of experience. Having these experiences in the international teams at the top tier, right? That's something that Australia maybe hasn't really had in the past before. How are you coming to grips with this kind of new responsibility that's on your shoulders?
No, I mean, like, obviously it's a big responsibility, but overall it's been pretty fun. It's a lot of work. It's really exhausting. Like, the last 2 weeks I put in a lot of time, and I mean, it's fine because that's kind of what we play for, right? And I feel like I'm the person who needs to do this so that we can get better as a team. But I mean, I've just took like some experiences that I've had from other people that I played with, like Nico, for example, and Twist as well on my past team. And I mean, like, I think it's a good experience for me. I've never really had this role or position in the team before, but it's obviously one that I have to do. Like, I couldn't just join this team and be, just coast along, you know what I mean? So it's something that I wanted to do. It's like I made a conscious decision about it, and it's fine. And I love playing with these guys because they all respect me and they all listen to me like really well. And like same thing, they can give me some opinions back or feedback, whatever, and I'm gonna listen to them and stuff. So I feel like the mutual respect is there, and it's really good. But yeah, of course, like I have a bigger role in this team, and it's fine. It's something expected of me, right? And that's the decision I made, and I'm fine with that. But overall, it's just the hardest part is just like how much like we need to learn, and it's just a bit exhausting in the beginning. But I feel like over time it will get better.
And is it a kind of is it something that you're kind of hoping to leverage? Of course, Australia has had this team that's been, the best regionally for quite a long time, but it's always been difficult for them to break the glass ceiling, sort of, to break through further into the top 20, have some of these bigger results at big events, So is that experience something that you're hoping to leverage, to bring Australia's best team, to a higher level?
I mean, of course, like I think we did it back in the day of Renegades and 100 Thieves. I think the highest we were ranked was like 4 or 5 or something like that. And obviously that's a really big achievement for an Australian team. But, you know, I want to do something similar again. Of course, I feel like the scene nowadays is much more competitive and it's way more difficult to do that. But I feel like we have the players on the team, the talent to do it with. And yeah, it's just about how much we want it and how much people want to work together, right? And I think everyone needs to chip in, not just me. And I feel like everyone is doing that so far. But hopefully we just keep it up. And over time, I feel like we'll get better. You know, I think FURIA is a really great team, and I think we had a really close showing today on our first LAN match. And I feel like we even had like some nervousness, some jitters and stuff like that, some really hectic comms and shit. And on top of that, we lost a lot of force buys, right? So I mean, like, if we can fix like some of these things, I feel like the games will be much closer. And obviously the reason why I joined this team is to bring Australia teams back on the top, right? And I feel like this team can do it. So that was obviously my main goal. Yeah.
Just lastly, kind of in terms of your role, does this kind of come more in terms of prep, in terms of theory, you know, what you bring to the team, let's say outside of the server, or is it, you know, kind of a lot of micromanaging inside the server as well, you know, or is it just now that, you know, there's this transitional period, you know, before what you can bring to the team?
I'd say it's a bit of everything. Like I just help wherever people need help. If I feel like they can do better at something, I'll tell them. If they need some advice or something, I'll just say it to them. Like I'm not like afraid to say anything to these guys because they all take it really well. And I think that's one of the best parts about this team. And yeah, I feel like it's just a bit of everything. I can't really pinpoint one thing, right? So I think over time it'll get better. We'll learn what to focus on. I'll learn what I need to focus on more so I can be individually better as well and not have to focus on too many things. But I think, like, I just want to say it's not just me chipping in and stuff like that. Like everyone's bringing all the stuff and doing extra things, but I just feel like I have that experience that they don't, which is what I can help them with. So yeah, I mean, it's just a bit of everything. Yeah.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you very much. Good luck moving forward.